Good morning, everyone. You might notice something a little bit different about me. I straightened my hair. It's been so long since I've done that. Something very exciting to show you because it is that time of year. Beanhead is hooked up, and if this fog ever clears up, we're gonna get in the field today. It's been sitting in the building, so she's a little bit dusty, but that's okay. That's okay. She's just out of practice. She's hooked up. This is the, as you can see, MacDon FD135 Draper head, and she is going to see some action. Oh, I'm excited. Our last seed corn field is getting picked today, and so all of that is out of the way. That's all being hauled out of the field. So we have two seed corn fields that are fenced off, and we're going to put some cows on the stalks this morning while we wait for the fog to clear. And then we'll get this all set up and ready to go, and we're gonna cut some beans. And of course it is the farm, so while that's the plan for today, I don't actually know if that's A, going to happen, B, if something else might kind of pop up along the way. So we'll see how the day goes. I'm not pulling a trailer. I should probably put these suckers down. I don't know, I kind of look like the look when they're up though. Opinions? What do we think? She needs a good wash, but can I just say I'm so thrilled with this pickup purchase. Every time I get into it, I'm like, wow, I love this pickup. We have the 8345R hooked up to the grain cart. Now, I know this is everyone's favorite question. Will it start? Oh, it's hot in here. Okay, here we go. Come on. And it is time to go. Harvest 2022. So the grain cart or auger wagon or bull buggy, etc., whatever you want to call this, is hooked up, like the PTO shaft is hooked up, but none of the hydraulics are. So we need to get all these hydraulics hooked up, and then also we need to put a scale in the cab so that I can see how much weight I have in the cart, and I know when I'm full. Got it all hooked up. Now's the test if our new augers are hooked up and work right. Ooh, looks like there's maybe some corn in there from last year. So I never thought the day would come. It feels like the year drags on and drags on and drags on. And the whole year has been building to this point when we get to harvest. So Dad is in the combine and I'm in the grain cart. And we're just starting to poke around. We never like to say that we're like fully starting. Everyone is always we're just poking around, just seeing some corners. So we're starting off with soybeans, and we're starting off in some dryland corners. So they're gonna be a lot drier than like the very middle of the field. So this is a corner where the pivot doesn't quite reach. And when we did our little test earlier, they were sitting at about 13.5% moisture. So we're gonna keep rolling. And let's see here. So Dad is almost full in the combine. I sat with him and we picked just a little bit, like 2 rounds. And now he's going to empty into me, and then should be pulling a truck out here soon. What do we think, everybody? Here's the setup. Dad's gonna start unloading here. That is a view that is hard to get tired of right there. Who else is so excited for a season full of harvest content? As a grain cart operator, it is my responsibility to not only be at the absolute beck and call of the combine operator, but also get out and check and see what's happening behind the combine, pick up debris that may be in the field, and then check and see if we're blowing any soybeans out the back of the combine. I thought this might be kind of interesting for you guys to see. So now that we're harvesting, you can see the pattern that the pivot leaves in this field. So this pivot has a, well, you can't really see it. It has a corner system on it. And so it doesn't just go around in the circle. It has a unit that extends out and gets like the borders of the fields. And look at the pattern that the tires go in. Isn't that kind of funky? So we're unloading on the go here. And the combine operator sets the pace. However fast he's going, you have to match his speed. But then sometimes he's going to speed up, but that's so that he can fill the front of the cart, or he'll slow down so he can fill the back of the cart. So it's kind of this unspoken thing that the grain cart operator needs to be able to read the combine driver's mind and also drive, because we don't use auto steer on our carts or actually the combine either. It's just a lot of unspoken communication, but then also we both have radios and we use those a lot too. But one of those reasons is because Dad and I are just over talkers and we really like talking to each other. Dumping into the truck. I honestly can't believe I remembered how to do this. It's just 3 hydraulics and a PTO shaft. Turn it on, idle the tractor up, and then, well, you have to flip the auger out, obviously. And then you see that little indicator right there? That goes in or out, depending on how far open I'm running the gate. And the scale starts counting down. Soybeans going into the truck. Looks like we need to pull forward now. Woo! There we go. Dad released the reins on the combine. We filled up 1 truck, so I put about like 80,000 pounds of soybeans onto the truck from the grain cart. And so now Dad is going to haul those into the elevator, and I am going to take over the combine driving while he is gone. And then when he comes back, I'll get back in the grain cart, and we'll do that until the elevator closes or until beans get too tough to cut. So as the evening develops and the sun goes down, begins to be a lot more moisture in the atmosphere, and the beans get tougher and tougher to cut. So there reaches a point in the evening when you can't harvest them anymore. And so until that time comes, we'll be here. Here is the view from the cab and what we're working with. Here is my combine monitor. So this is where I make all my adjustments to all of the things on the inside of the combine. And my rotor speed, my fan speed, all that gets controlled from here and these buttons here. And then this is my iPad. This is where I figure out what the beans are yielding. And this is the same iPad and program that we run in the springtime when we're planting. So we can lay that data over on top of each other and compare population to yield and the different varieties that we planted and the times we planted it and how all of that planting data relates to actual numbers during harvest, which I think is really awesome. Since no one else is here, I just parked the grain cart at the end of the field at a place where we've already cut the beans. I've got my auger out. I'm just going to press this button right here and start unloading. Man, I could not pull out my phone to film fast enough. I just saw a female pheasant run out of the field. A lot of times, the most things I see in the field are bunnies, a lot of mice, some snakes, a lot of birds follow the combine around because I'm like chasing little critters out of the field as I go, and that's easy prey for them. But a pheasant, that's a fun sighting. I love that. Occasionally in a cornfield, you'll find a deer, but occasionally. Dad is back with the truck. He is unloading the grain cart into the semi. I am unloading under him. So we'll have a full truck. He can take it right back to the elevator, and then I will continue cutting beans. I can fill up the grain cart again. That'll just be sitting at the end of the field, and fill up the combine again. So when he comes back, we're ready. So I'll be honest, when I woke up this morning, I did not think we were going to be starting harvest today. I mean, I hoped, don't get me wrong, I hoped, but I came so unprepared. I didn't bring a water bottle. I did not pack a snack bag. So now it's 7 o'clock and I haven't had dinner, obviously. And I'm left floundering, and there's nothing in the cab because we cleaned it all out from last year. We didn't want mice getting into our snack supply. So tomorrow I'll be much better prepared. And I have to say, we hardly got any rain at all summer long, and now as soon as we start cutting, there's 2 chances of rain coming later this week. So we'll have to see how we hold up for that. But hopefully we get a lot of beans cut, and then we can also start picking some corn. I would love, corn harvest is way more exciting than soybean harvest. Soybean harvest goes a lot slower, and you get hopefully a lot less bushels to the acre. It's like a really good soybean field around us gets like 75 to 80 bushels to the acre, irrigated, and then a corn field would get more like 250, 260. And so corn harvest is a lot more going. Grain cart operators always busy. I don't know. Corn harvest is a lot more exciting, but I am taking what I get. Happy to be in the combine seat for soybean harvest. Dad is back with the truck, an empty one. So he took over for the combine, and we are rounding out the evening with a beautiful sunset. Going to empty the 44,000 pounds that I have on my cart, and we'll go until we can't go anymore. Grain cart is parked, empty.
Take your radio back to the farm and plug it in.
I will, don't worry. I have a charger at my house too. Dad is gonna cut one more down and back. This truck is full, so I'm gonna tarp it for him, and then I'm going to head home for the night. I realized that we didn't move cows today, and that was definitely big on the priority list, but also getting beans out of the field is, in my opinion, a bigger priority. But we'll get the cows moved eventually. We had some fencing issues that took up most of our morning, but we are working on getting them fixed. And with that, we're signing off on the first official day of soybean harvest. How exciting is that? So stay tuned for a lot more content, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time. Bye.